everyone. Welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. And Dottie, usually we start a show with and today we're going to talk about this. And again, we have Mik on the show. So welcome, first off, Mik. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
We're tossing out little things we're going to talk about. We're talking like interior design. And then somehow we got on the subject of smells and it was getting interesting. So we said, let's just turn on the recording now and start the show with talking about smells. So Dottie, I know that sounds kind of weird probably to listeners. They're wondering smells, but you kind of want to go into, a little bit about what we were talking about?
Yes, actually, that's a really stinky subject. Ha ha. Pardon the pun. Anyhow, yes. First of all, we're dangerous. When the three of us get together, our minds start to really get in hyper mode. And so we're always talking about things that, everybody has something to contribute. So today, Mik, you were sharing with me something really, really interesting as we were planning what our original plan was for today. You mentioned something about scents and smells and fragrances. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. We were talking about different tips and things that you could do for your center. So how important are scents?
I'm going to try to be as much polite as possible. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Not easy for an Italian guy to be polite. Okay.
We'll try to keep you in check.
Okay. So the funny thing is that, as you know, you get used of your smell. Okay. So the smell of your environment after few days or few weeks that you are into your environment, you stop to feel it. Okay. So when a new customer get into your bowling center or your family entertainment center or worse, a trampoline park, the first thing that they're going to notice is this slightly smell of feet, fries, and so on. Okay. And stinky carpet. So this is a mix that usually it happens when, I'm not finished. As soon as you walk in front of the building, there is always those ashtrays, cigarette ashtrays outside of the building. So you're going to start smelling smoke and cigarette, and then you're going to mix this with other fragrance while you are walking inside.
Well, even walking inside the trash cans, even though there may not be trash in them, if you don't wash them out, they're going to stink.
Oh boy. So, please first of all, have the smokers away from the main entrance. Okay. Try to create their own patio, try to move it to their own entrance, probably attached to the restaurant and not attached to the main entrance to the center, to the bowling center mainly. This will help for sure, because honestly speaking, especially now that you are not allowed anymore, not like when we were kids, to smoke everywhere, people feel this smell immediately, because and this is not a good thing. Also for the overall image of the center. Okay, it's not a good thing.
Exactly.
It's like when you walk into this old, how can I say, pub that you smell beer, but beer means on the floor, not beer.
Yes.
Good beer. Okay?
Yes.
So let's try to fix this a little bit at a time, because this episode starts in a weird way. So first of all, move away smokers or anything is smoke related away from the main entrance. Then, of course, clean the trash cans. Okay.
Yes.
This is at least the minimum that you can do. Probably replace a little bit of carpet if this is really stinky, but we can touch this subject in another episode. And mainly, you can buy those kind of fragrance machine that helps to spread some perfume in all the facility. There are different level of those machines. There are small one. Some of my customers use small one to be placed like in the restaurant area to spread a little bit of bread perfume or pizza perfume, and another small one in the restroom to keep always the restroom
clean, smelling.
Yes. Or there are companies that do those machines that can be linked to the air conditioning system. And you can also, we are talking about big machines that can be in the middle between the air conditioning and all the how can I say
the building itself. They would go all throughout the building. Gotcha.
Yes, so they're gonna filter it. And the good thing is that you can create or ask them to create your own perfume. And why doing this? Because I don't know if you never notice when you walk into a shopping mall that you immediately recognize that Abercrombie is there because they have their own perfume. Or like in the beautiful Vegas hotel or resort that they have their own perfume there. And you can also buy this. I've been to Capri with my wife a couple of years ago, and we enjoyed this place so much that we bought their perfume to put in our house because it remembered the beautiful weekend that we have over there. So this is another thing, bringing your brand through the perfume, through the scents, or in your place. You don't want to bring fries or stinky feet.
Oh no, definitely not. But I have to say, the having the like a branded fragrance, there's a lot to be said about that because my late father-in-law knew how much I enjoyed going to a certain casino in Las Vegas, and he surprised me with the spray. And so when I am stressed, I love to spray that, and you can just close your eyes and it takes you right back to that experience. And so I immediately, as soon as I smell that smell, I know that means calm, that means relaxation and enjoyment. The other thing is when we're talking about smell, this goes back a long ways. When you are selling your home or selling your business, they always say, make it smell inviting, make your home smell, put something on the stove that smells like cinnamon, or make it smell like you've just baked cookies, things along those lines, because that makes you feel like that's a home. So smell is very important.
Is the first thing. Smell is the first thing that your brain catch. So it's the first one. So if you're gonna start in this way, the rest will be okay.
Yeah, and I think it goes both ways. So you could, you could bring up like a restaurant or let's say a certain bowling center to someone and they might say, oh, every time I walk in that place, it smells so good, But then also there's the opposite, you might be like, hey, have you been down to the such and such roller skating rink? Oh yeah, that place, man. As soon as I walk in there, it's the same stinky smell every time. Or even for instance, another Vegas hotel, which might be the opposite. It's like, oh, it's got that old dirty smoke cigarette smell, of the old kind of hotels. Like those smells stick in your head, So you definitely don't want your place to be remembered as the stinky place.
Yeah. But what you said early on, Mik, is you walk into your place every day and you just like, when you walk in on a daily basis and all of the machines are going off and the noise and the pins you get immune to that. You don't notice that anymore. Yep. The same thing. When you walk into your center, you get immune to that smell because it's you've smelled it so many times, you just don't notice it anymore. That's bad. So, that's where you can reach out and you want people to give you that feedback. I'll tell you when you said beer and spilled beer, that flashed back because that was a big deal for me. That is a horrible smell. And if you're not aware of it and, it gets in your carpet And it's just that's what people are remembering, and you want to make sure that that's not what you're, welcoming them with, or what you're leaving them with. Worse, they're going off going, man, that place, it was fun, but God, it had an odor. I didn't know that. It smells bad.
Yeah. But it can be fixed. It can be fixed, okay? If you don't want to spend money in those kind of machine, you can also keep the place cleaned with the right product, and it's gonna smell good, okay? But please pay attention to this. It's not like a subject that you cannot consider. You have to consider this, because it's the first thing that people get when they walk into your facility.
Yes. And it's a big deal to a lot of people, but really to the moms, because if it's got a bad odor, they're going to assume, because of the smell, that it's not clean. And most parents don't want to bring in their family into a facility that's not clean. So it sends out the wrong message from the very get-go. So, yes. Well, this is great. I know it's a stinky subject and we don't like to talk about it. But you know what? It's so important. And a lot of times it's overlooked. And shame on us for doing that. So, just like everything that we do on Seeds of Success, we're wanting to just give you something to think about, something that you go home and you ponder just a little bit. Go into your center today and take a sniff. Or better yet, send somebody else into your center and say, can you tell me what you smell when you come into my center?
A tester.
Do you remember,
smell tester.
Do you remember the movie? I want to say it was like Big Daddy with Adam Sandler, and he's letting the kid just go to school, and he's like, oh no, he's known as a stinky kid. So you don't want to be known as the stinky restaurant or stinky facility.
No, not by any means. Not by any means. Well, guys, this has been a really great, I know this isn't what we set out to do today, but I think this has been a really great subject, because no matter if you are in the bowling and entertainment business, you're in the restaurant business, or you're just have a household, you don't want people to come into your house and go, ooh, that smells bad. And so I think it's a topic that anybody that listens to our show can benefit from. Okay, anything else, guys?
Not on that subject.
Okay. Well, listeners, thank you so much.
Enough for that.
Enough. I know we're on stinky overload today. Well, listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to you tuning in next week, and we've kind of already given you a sneak peek of what's coming, but you never know with us. Another episode of Seeds of Success is just around the corner. And our goal is to equip you with more practical tips, ideas, and trends that will help your center grow and achieve new levels of success. Remember to share this podcast with your entire team. The more seeds you plant, the bigger the crop. Until next time, listeners, keep growing your business one happy customer at a time.